Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, and I'm here to do your weekly guidance reading for the week of December 2nd through the 8th. Our first week of December, we've made it almost to the end of the year. We are shifting towards the winter solstice. We're about to get into even more colder weather. It's already in the negatives here in Montana, so we're already kind of experiencing the early parts of winter, and we're starting to move closer to more darkness. So, here pretty soon, it'll probably be sunset at like 4 o'clock. And so, as we move into this period of darkness, we move into this place of introspection, of turning more inwards and really grounding down. We're about to shift into Capricorn in a couple weeks. We have a few planets shifting around into Capricorn. We have Jupiter moving into Capricorn, as well as our sun sign. And then we'll also have a full moon next week. So there's a lot of stuff that's like shifting and expanding into a completely different energy. And so I have the 3 cards from the Shadowscapes Tarot. We have a couple cards today for an animal totem. And then we've got our crystal energy, our affirmation, and our work, our light oracle. So we'll get started. This is also for the general collective. So if it doesn't resonate with you, maybe it wasn't a message for today, but we'll see what comes up. So the first card we have is Temperance in the reverse. So feeling a little unbalanced. This is also the card of Sagittarius. So we're about to move out of Sagittarius. So this could be we're kind of leaving that energy behind. This usually has to kind of do with melding 2 worlds. So maybe we're really doing some kind of inner alchemy with this being in the reverse. We're trying to figure out how to be more balanced, how to feel more like ourselves, bringing our passions and our emotions together in a healthy way. How do we feel fulfilled in this aspect? So we're moving through that energy of trying to just find our equilibrium again, because we could have just come out of something really imbalanced, or this week could just have us feeling a little wobbly since we kind of just shifted energy. Maybe there's been a change that's kind of shooken our foundations up a little bit. Shooken. I don't think that's a word. Shaken. Our next card we have is the Magician. So again, Magician having to do with alchemy. All 4 elements are here of air, water, earth, and fire. So bringing all of those pieces together, maybe you thought there were certain things that you were trying to blend together in your life and it just wasn't working out. And so now you're really kind of relying on your own inner power and your own way of creating your world, because this is the first masculine sign, this is the first doer, so this is a lot of action. So this could be calling on you to not be so afraid of maybe not having the bigger picture, and just trusting that you have the capability to create this world that you want for yourself. And moving into the third card, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So, pages sometimes represent messengers, young energy coming forward, and you could be maybe feeling a little uncertain of which direction to take. There's kind of a mixture of colors of swans in here between like black and white, and so mentally you could be not so clear. You're just seeing the world as all black and white. There's these duality energies really coming through. But because of your experience, maybe you are just kind of looking at everything as either fail or success. And so you're feeling from this not blending of whatever aspect of your life this may have been, you're kind of feeling really withdrawn and self-protective, maybe kind of lashing out. Swords have to do with words and thoughts and really practical things. And so you could be really kind of angry, lashing out, not being gentle with yourself. This can have to do with our own self-talk. And so you're kind of muddied in these thoughts of success or fail. How am I, how can I put all these pieces together? But this is a really strong card. This is a really independent energy of trusting in your gifts and creating something that's completely unique to you. So if there is a little bit of failure, maybe if there is a little bit of uncertainty of how to bring, maybe it's either a new job or something relationship-wise, or something that you're just really passionate about, and you're not sure how to find that balance within and really make yourself happy. This is reassuring you that you don't have to look for outside sources to bring all of this together. You already have all the tools that you need, and you don't have to be so hard on yourself, and you actually have this really great capability to push forward. So also making sure to not be so, if this is maybe a person that disappointed you, not lashing out at this person, not being cutting with your words, and just kind of, I feel like this is a lot of trusting energy, trusting in yourself, trusting in the process, because maybe there's something, maybe you don't have this clear message of how to bring everything together. So you really have to kind of just trust in the journey, trust that you have this wisdom. We have the infinity sign above the head, which represents infinite wisdom. So not dogging yourself so much that, am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Because maybe this is, this could maybe have to do with some schooling, or some way you're trying to bring your own personal work out into the world. You're wondering if you're actually prepared enough, because you're looking at it as very one way or the other. Either you're going to be successful or you're just going to fail, and kind of looking more for that gray area of where you find your niche, where you find your true power. And that will be able to kind of bring you more in balance. Is as you move through this process, you'll be able to understand your own unique gifts even more. So moving into our animal totems, the first one that we have is starfish spirit. Open to infinite impossibilities, or not impossibilities, sorry, possibilities. So again, this is saying not being so closed-minded, not looking at the world as black and white, but there could be this whole other option that maybe you haven't thought about, that maybe you haven't seen how it's come together. It's all kind of working in the background. You see he is working, he's really focused on what's in front of him, but not realizing that there's these other great gifts that are supporting him in the background. So be more open-minded about how you can manifest these things into the world, and how you can integrate. Because when we start to kind of sit back and allow things to come forward more instead of really forcing them, then it kind of opens us to a new experience that we may not have even thought of, and it could wind up being even better than we ever imagined. So our second animal coming forward is fox spirit. Think on your feet. So this could be something that just suddenly comes up, this message maybe of clarity that comes forward. You might be asked to kind of shift your perspective, not be so stubborn about how you want things to happen, how everything needs to be, things need to be one way or the other, or I'm not going to be happy, because life doesn't work that way. Life throws us curveballs, and if we open ourselves to the possibilities and are willing to just kind of play and shift around, then we actually kind of have this playful energy about it, and it starts to kind of lighten our load. We start to be able to kind of move with the ebb and flow of how things will change, staying true to what we really want, wanting to find that balance and that equilibrium, wanting to express our true power, but being willing that maybe the mind is really limiting how we experience our true potential. Okay, and moving into a crystal energy that could be really helpful for us this week, we have carnelian, creativity. So this is a really strong sacral chakra card, because this is really orange energy. I think this is the highest ray of orange in a crystal that you can get. And I see maybe this is like with the creativity in the sacral, there could be some emotional imbalance for some of you. So you may have to do some sacral chakra work to kind of be more balanced. Emotion, mental, body, you're not very trusting in yourself, so you're really putting yourself down, or you're feeling really guarded against people or situations. So just work on that true creativity. Work on, manifesting something new for yourself. And with the fox, even, I think the fox is actually a totem animal for carnelian, if I remember correctly. So being playful, creativity is all about being playful, thinking on your feet, and shifting that energy. Even if you feel kind of in a stagnant place, don't be afraid to just shift and see what comes about. See how things can shift around for you. All right, now moving into an affirmation card for us, we have the card Health. Allow me, Divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. So some of you are dealing with health issues. This could be this imbalance internally. And again, the sacral chakra, if this is really out of balance, we can be really overly emotional. If there's a lack of self-love or tending to our emotions, we definitely can start to lack in our outside health. It can deteriorate very quickly. So paying attention to your health this week. How can you do more self-loving things? How can you regenerate your energy, get yourself out of this mental block? Different things that are, creative outlets like painting, or something that just kind of gets you out of the mind and more into a playful flow. And for our Work Our Light card, we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So again, nurturing ourselves, taking care of ourselves, not relying on outside sources, but actually turning inward and balancing ourselves. So there's a lot of self-healing this week, a lot of being gentle with ourselves and trusting more in our process, because sometimes that is a cycle, and especially coming up into wintertime, we really have to nurture ourselves because the sun is going down. People are, it's kind of a season of loneliness with the holidays coming around, and it can go either way, either loneliness or feeling really close. And we have to really pay attention to how that energy shifts us. How are we going to make sure that we're really taken care of moving through this colder season, and setting a foundation for when springtime comes around, we're able to kind of blossom and grow more. So yeah. That is your message for the week. If that really resonated with you, feel free to comment or share. I love hearing your stories. I love hearing from all of you. I'll have some more exciting announcements for workshops and things coming up later in the week, as well as my class schedule. So thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your Sunday.